With iOS 18, you can make your home screen look like this. Or do this, like place icons anywhere on the home screen. Or maybe you want to go for a super minimal look. Or tint and rearrange your icon so you can see the little clownfish. Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through all the options you have to customize your home screen with iOS 18. Like using large home screen icons, which removes the title of the app. Tint your icons, even based on a color in your wallpaper. And I'm going to share a few third-party widgets that let you make an iPhone like this, super minimal. iOS 18 is available right now in a public beta, but it will be coming to everyone this fall. And links to all the wallpapers you see are down in the video description. First up, you can now place icons anywhere you would like on the home screen. Just long tap an icon and tap Edit Home Screen, or hold it long enough to go into jiggle mode. And now you can move these icons anywhere you'd like, and they won't all automatically go to the upper right. They can freeform place them wherever you would like, and that goes for both icons and widgets. It will reflow as you're moving things around, so be careful there. And one limitation I've found with smaller widgets, for instance, maybe this analog clock on the home screen, you can't place a small widget like that in the middle. It will have to go to one side or the other, the left or right. There's no way to place it directly in the middle, unfortunately. Now, in addition to placing icons anywhere, you can actually make them larger, and it will remove the title under each of the apps. I'll go into jiggle mode by tapping and holding on the home screen. Then I'll tap the edit button in the top left corner. You can see add widget as an option. We're going to do some third-party widgets in a moment. But if I tap customize, now you have the new tools in iOS 18. Here at the top, you'll see small and large options. If I tap large, you'll see the app icons get larger, and those titles, both under widgets and app icons, are gone. It makes for a cleaner look, although with the larger widgets, there's now this space between the bottom row of icons and the little search tab, so just keep that in mind, try out different wallpapers, but you can now make them larger and remove those names. Now I've set up multiple home screens here related to focus modes, so let me jump into one of my other focus modes and we'll customize it further. You'll see here I have the large icon, so no titles underneath. This is the stock podcast and weather widgets, but this is actually a third-party widget called Up Ahead, and we'll get to that in a moment. But let's go back into jiggle mode and see some of the other options we have to customize. Again, just to show you, here's what these small icons look like with the titles underneath, and we can go back to large. Then underneath that, we actually have a dark mode automatic, where it will make all the icons dark or light depending on your theme, or you can force dark mode on the icons or force light mode. If we keep it as automatic, you'll see the icons will look like this when you're in light mode, and if you have dark mode automatically set to enable, then it will look like this in the evenings. Not all third-party widgets are going to match that light and dark mode, so just keep that in mind as you're designing your home screens. In addition to light and dark mode icons, you can also tint your icons. If we do that, we can choose a color manually here using this little scale, and also choose the lightness or saturation of that color. But a really cool feature in iOS 18 is you can actually use the little color dropper to pick a color that's from your wallpaper. If I tap that eyedropper, you'll see all the icons and widgets disappear for a moment, and now I can drag my finger over a color, and the tinting will use that color that I dragged. You can see what it looks like dimming the wallpaper or keeping it at full brightness using this little sun icon here. And now we've tinted our home screen. You'll see even the widgets are tinted, Apple's stock weather and podcast widget, and this third-party widget from Up Ahead is also tinted to match the rest of the home screen. I do find some of the darker colors when tinting can make some of the icons hard to see, so play around with the color and saturation slider to get it just right. One of my favorite examples of this is using one of Basic Apple Guy's wallpapers. Let me jump into that focus mode. And here you can see I've actually removed all the app icons except for the dock. I'm using a custom third-party widget up here, and I've tinted the icons using the eyedropper to pull from the oranges here in the sand. Just a really clean wallpaper would be nice in the evenings or maybe the weekends, and this custom widget up here shows me the weather. You can achieve some really cool looks with iOS 18 and custom third-party widgets. That widget is actually from an app called MD Studio. Also, by the way, you can see when you tint icons, it actually tints it over here in the app library as well. But I'm going to go to this MD Studio app, and here you can choose from multiple weather widgets. They have a widget called a board, which gives you information about your iPhone. You can add weather information, and there's lots of different options here for like fonts, colors, and styles. I basically created two main widgets. This one, which is the weather widget, that's a medium-sized widget, and I've created this calendar widget, which I'll show you in a moment. You can add new size widgets down here, choose from the different styles, and this is free to try if you want all the features. It is a paid app, although right now when I first downloaded the app, it was like $3 for a lifetime purchase, so I did that, and then you can create as many widgets as you'd like. Now, one of the things you need to do in order to achieve this transparent look is iOS 18 doesn't give third-party widgets the ability to do that automatically. You will have to take a screenshot of your background and then add that to the app. For instance, I'll go to this version of my home screen. You'll see the tinting is off here, so let's change that. And unfortunately, you'll notice that this changes system-wide across focus modes and home screens. I would love in a future update for tinting, size, and those home screen customizations to be able to get saved to a specific focus mode. Then I don't have to adjust the tinting every time I change wallpaper. Let's turn off the tinting for right now, and you'll see that this widget, it's not transparent, and it's actually using an image from the basic Apple Guy wallpaper. In order to adjust that, I'm going to go to this calendar date widget that I created. I have to go to background here, choose transparent, and then you'll need to take a screenshot of your home screen. You can do that without anything on the home screen by going back into jiggle mode, swipe to the right. I'll take a screenshot there. And if we go back into the app, I can choose that screenshot I just took, and now that widget can appear as transparent. Let's now add that widget to the home screen. I'll go into jiggle mode, tap edit, add widget. This is actually the app right here. There's no title. This way it's a clean look on the home screen. I'll add the medium blank widget. Let's put it up here at the top. And now that I have the widget there, you'll see it looks transparent, but I'll tap it, and now I can choose what widget I want to appear here. Let's go with the clock widget that also has the calendar. And you do have to say what position the widget is on the home screen. This way it will match that wallpaper screenshot to your actual wallpaper. And now we have a nice clean widget here at the top with a month calendar view, a nice little date picker saying it's Friday, July 26th, and these app icons can go wherever I would like. Now, one thing I've noticed is if you want to actually tint your icons, if I go into customize and try to tint it, it will try to tint the widgets as well, and then they just don't look as good. So if you want to use these transparent style widgets, you are going to have to leave the app icons without tinting. And dark mode will also mess with that transparency. You can add a dark mode version of that wallpaper. You can make the app icons be in dark mode, but then tap the little sun icon so the wallpaper is normal. And you can roll like this. That could look cool too, but just keep that in mind when using third-party apps and widgets. You might have to finagle the tinting and the wallpapers and things like that. Now, what if you want to go for a super minimal home screen, like when you're going to your sleep focus mode? Well, you can also make your iPhone home screen look like this, which is pretty wild. And these shortcuts to different apps still work. So if I tap shortcuts, it's actually going to go to the shortcuts app. You will see it goes through the third-party app, and that third-party app is actually called Dumbify. You can see the Dumbify app right here. And this app is pretty slick. You can choose specific applications and add applications, even custom third-party ones. Sometimes that requires creating a shortcut, which the app will walk you through. You can actually customize 3 different widgets, both in light and dark mode, and choose which apps appear in that text list. You can create a custom app here, and this will walk you through that whole shortcut creation process. It's pretty simple. And then once you've chosen the apps you want to appear in that widget, you can go over, download these flat wallpapers. You can save them right there to your photo album and then use that as the wallpaper for this focus mode. And you do have some options like text size, the text style. You can have it follow light mode and dark mode using those 2 wallpapers, adjust the spacing. And there's some tutorials here if you need some help. But you can achieve a really minimal iPhone screen, similar to the Light phone, if you've ever heard of that. And you can have it right here on your iPhone. When you tap an app, again, you will see that kind of intermediary screens like you're going through shortcuts. You might have to do always allow the first time you run it, but you can achieve this minimal look by removing all the apps from your home screen and adding just one Dumbify widget. To show you what that looks like, I'll go to edit my home screen, add widget. Dumbify appears here with no title, and you can choose one of the 3 widgets you've programmed in the app. We'll tap add widget, and you can align this text left, center, or right. I put it on the right because I'm right-handed. You can move it around, and now you have a super minimal home screen. And I'll show you one other third-party app, which is that Ahead app I mentioned before. I'll go to my primary tech focus mode, which is my tech podcast with Jason Aten. You should totally subscribe, listen to it, or watch it. Links are down in the video description. But you'll see this Ahead card. You can actually program events that are coming up, and it'll tell you how many days or even hours are coming for that next event. You can create one for free, but if you want things like these nice little patterns behind the event and to be able to create multiple events, it is a subscription. You can pay $1.50 a month or $10 a year for Ahead. But once you do, you can create multiple of these widgets. Let's say I want a widget to tell me how many days the Olympics are away. You could choose a date and even time for an upcoming event. We'll choose a different color. They have a bunch of custom icons here to choose from. And there's other information you can actually add to it, including these custom patterns here. Let's choose add. And when you do an event that might be widely recognized, you actually get custom patterns that'll just pop up, which is pretty cool. I'm going to apply that Olympic pattern. And now on this Ahead widget, I can tap and hold edit the widget. Then I can choose a single event that I want to appear here on the widget. Now you'll see 1 Days Till Olympics and it has that custom background there. Or if you want to show multiple events in this up ahead widget, I'll remove this one for now. I'll go into jiggle mode and let's add a widget. Let's go into the up ahead. And not only do you have countdown widgets with various sizes, but you can also do a coming up list and even a timeline grid. So if you add a bunch of events to your Up Next app, you can see all those little dots in a grid like this. You can do the days countdown widget or do this coming up list. If I add this here to my home screen, maybe I'll make it a stack with this weather widget. Let me tap in, edit this widget a little more. I can filter by category. I can add a custom title, show the next event button. And now this widget will actually show me multiple events. You'll see there's my custom text. Shows me when the Olympics are happening, then the next event in how many days. Now that that's in the widget stack, I can swipe over, see big upcoming events, how many days. I can tap in and change many more customizations. There's the pattern gallery, and there you'll see more patterns added as you create events. There's different color themes you can choose from. You can customize the app icon, although you'll probably see the widgets more often. And it's just a cool widget to see big upcoming events and in how many days. And just to show you one more home screen idea, I'll switch focus modes. I'll go to my Beard FM focus. And here we have the stock clock app. Of course, you could put smart home devices right here on your home screen in a widget. This is actually the Siri suggestions widget, which will change automatically, trying to understand your habits. But let's try to tint these icons and have it match the wallpaper a little more. I'll use the eyedropper again. Let's try to choose one of these pale teal colors. Might turn down the saturation just a little bit. And if I do that, you can see now all the app icons are tinted to match the wallpaper. And you can see even the stock photo widget from Apple will tint to try and match all the other icons and widgets you have here on the home screen. And by the way, all this home screen customization also works in iPadOS 18. You can see here I've tinted a bunch of apps. Many of them are third party and they match the wallpaper perfectly. That wallpaper is actually from Basic Apple Guy, linked down in the description. And remember, iOS 18 is coming out for everyone this fall, but you can try the public beta right now. Be warned, there are still some bugs because it is a beta, but I'll put a link to beta.apple.com in the video description as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you go and hit that like button. If you have any questions about iOS 18 or customizing your home screen, leave those down below this video. And if you want to see my top 10 features coming to iOS 18 this fall, check out this video right up here. And macOS Sequoia also has some big features, especially iPhone mirroring, where you can control your iPhone from your Mac. I did a whole video on my top 8 features for macOS Sequoia. You can check that out right up here. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.